Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's good to see you guys. Okay, hi Lakshya, hello Amol. It's good to see you guys. It's so good to see you guys. All right, welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight. My name is Rohit. For those who don't know, In the Spotlight is basically a one-hour session on Instagram that we do every Friday, where we talk to one successful owner about a topic that is very relevant at this point of time. Today we have a very special guest with us. We have Rama Samudrala, organization head and business owner of Saffron Global Corporation. So before we get into what he does, I just want to thank everybody for joining in. Those who have come for the first time, welcome to In the Spotlight. And for those who've been joining us over and over again over the weeks, it's good to see you guys back and to be a part of this. All right, so a little about Rama. Rama is basically a business head and organizational head for Saffron Global organization. He is a graduate in mechanical engineering, and he holds a degree in IT, master's degree in information technology from University of Wollongong in Australia. Now he's been in the sales industry for since 2003, and he has been part of this organization. He's been in India since 2009. He has over 10 companies under him with four cities. Okay, and he's got offices in Malaysia, Philippines, and India. So it's really great to have somebody of his stature to be a part of this show with us, of this Instagram with us, and it's going to be a very, very interesting session for all you guys. For those who don't know, what he's going to be talking about is 9 to 5 jobs are obsolete. Now, if you guys have a question, please drop in your questions in the comment box for Rama, and once his session is over, we will definitely have him answer the question for you guys. Perfect. Now, I think that's about what I need to say about Rama. And so let's see if Rama is online, and then we can get him in. Hi Rama.
Hi Rohit, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
Very good, thank you. Just gone off, Rohit. Yeah, no, nice. How are you? Thank you very much for the introduction. And so, guys, today we call it's kind of very different. And yes, I will definitely relate some of these points to our sales industry as a whole. But again, the topic that I'm going to talk about is 9 to 5 jobs are obsolete. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. And when 9 to 5 jobs are obsolete, I don't mean it in a literal sense. What I mean to say is that the way people look at work, that's changing. People's attitude towards work is changing. That's what I mean to say. And it's been not just in India, just across the globe. And there are a lot of reasons I will touch base on today. I will talk to you about today why it's changing also. And it's important for us to understand whether you are as a BA in our company, or you're somebody running a business within our organization as a part of our organization. Either way, it's beneficial to you to understand. And whatever I'm going to talk about today, it's from my 15, 16, 17 years of experience. 15 years of since I started my own sales and marketing company. So it's 15 years of experience. of recruiting people, training people, developing people, whether it's in a sales role or whether it's in an entrepreneurship role and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be sharing some of those points. And guys, anytime you want to ask any questions, and I think we have at the end of my topic after 10 or 15 minutes, and we're going to do a quick Q&A as well, guys. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let me share some of these points for you guys. When I say 9 to 5 jobs are obsolete, it means the way people look at jobs is changing. Earlier, when I was let me relate to what's happening now to what used to happen even about 8 to 10 years ago. When people finish their graduation, right, and when they look for a job, they come for an interview and come for an interview and they want to get a job, and the job is the thought was, I want to settle down, I want to do a job, and and they are people are very particular about, this is what I studied and this is the job I want to do. If I am a computer science engineer and I only want a job in a computer science, if I'm from a HR background, I only want to do a job in a HR field. People were very rigid about what they want to do. And everything has to be to do with what kind of education background they are, they studied at the university and the college and all that. Okay. Now, the big shift is, now people are open to experiment. And not just people don't want to just do a job for a living anymore, So, I'll put it this way, like today, work is an expression of who you are. It's not just about what you do, it's who you are. And people don't no more look at their job and say, hey, this is the company I'll work with for the rest of my life. They don't want to stick to one company or one job or one career, and they don't want to. They're open to changing. And there are a lot of people, I've seen my own friends who work in different industries, they're open to changing. And particularly with the I don't usually use the word called millennials, but let me use that word here. Millennials, I would say, or the young people, because they're not scared of taking up new challenges. And today, when I do interviews, when I'm recruiting people, when I'm talking to people, and this is a very recent trend, right? It's just a 2.5, 3 years old. People are very attracted towards what they call entrepreneurship. They just don't want to just go and do a job and work for somebody for the rest of their life. People, they want to be a lot more independent. They want a lot more freedom, and people are looking at opportunities to travel, opportunities to learn new skills. And that's the big shift. That's what I mean by 9 to 5 jobs are obsolete. And our industry, and we see that particularly in our industry. Hi, Sunil. Sunil is one of my friends. They're from engineering.
So, Rama, like you rightly said, it's so, like you said, what millennials right now do is they don't. Yes, they can work anywhere they want, but what is more important is the environment that they work in. Like you said, the people that they get, the kind of environment, the culture that the company brings, or gives, is more important now, because job is something that you can do anywhere. Depends on which kind of company, but it's more important how satisfied, settled, or how welcome you are. And like you said earlier, it was more about hierarchy, where you grew at a certain pace, and it's definitely, even if you're doing better than somebody else, you have to wait for your turn based on hierarchy, because you might be the organization stronger time. But that's what he said, that what people are looking for. I want to be, rewarded with my current situation. If I'm doing really well, I need to get what I deserve.
See, today it doesn't matter how big the company is. You understand? And they cannot take their people for granted. No matter whether it's Microsoft or any other company, Apple, doesn't matter whichever the company it might be, because the company is valuing their people. It doesn't matter whether you're a small business, a small enterprise, or a big massive corporation. It's about valuing each individual. That's the thing. And people, today people take immense pride in the work that they do. And I use this word called, I call it open talent economy. When I say an open talent economy, what I mean by that is, today professionals and companies working together. professionals and companies working together. See, people don't need to work full time with any organization. They could be doing a gig job. They could be working for a short period of time. They could be working for a project based work. It's happening in across the board in every industry, whether it's if you take a technology IT industry and all the kind of stuff. And even in when I see in a sales also, it's pretty much the same thing. So people could be staying at home and working from home today. So smartphones have changed the way people live their life. People spend their money. People earn their money. Millions of people, like hundreds of millions of people today across the globe, they work from home. And I think our industry also has changed. And it's earlier, the job was like, I go to job, I spend certain hours at my work, and I get paid for how many hours I pay. You clock in, you clock off. And if you do overtime, if you spend few more hours, and that means you get paid for the overtime. It's not about the time anymore. It's not about the time anymore. And sales has always been like that. And other industries are also becoming like that. So I would call it, you don't get paid for time, you get paid for value. You could be working only for a few hours in a day, but you can bring in value. And that's one of the secrets of success for an organization like ours, where we, people make. Yeah, in sales, people bring in the number of sales that they bring on board, and they get rewarded, they get paid, or their income is directly dependent on the sales that they generate. And it's not a job anymore. And that's exactly what it is. And I think the changing marketplace, the changing work environment, I think we are best placed. If you're in sales and in a company like us, an industry like ours, we're at a great place. And I think every company, every organization, every offer should be taking advantage of technology, not just technology in terms of not just being on Facebook or not just being on Instagram or like that. On a lot of online training modules developing online content. And recruitment has changed a lot now. In my own experience over the last 3 months now. Earlier, all my 100% of my recruitment was face to face, and today 0%. I don't do any face to face recruitment. All my screening, selection, everything goes online. Whether it's a telephonic interview, the tests are conducted online, and the face-to-face interviews conducted online. Everything goes online, and all these 2, 3, 4 stages of interviews. And only at the time of joining or just before they join, they come and visit our location. So that takes a lot of pressure off the infrastructure. I want
to understand. So the online module of training, recruitment, and everything was brought on because of this COVID thing that happened. But do you think, and so agreed, so now earlier it happened like that a lot. So a few of them had doing the online training and recruitment from way before the COVID pandemic that happened. But now people are forced to do that, and people are forced to accept it and are doing well. So do you think this is something that they should continue? Do you think it's like, okay, probably once, even if when things go back to normal, do you think this is the new normal, be the new normal for hiring and training?
See, let's fortune the best mentor. Okay, thank you very much, Gopi, for that. I'll tell you something, right? Let me share my take on it. The COVID pandemic has fast-tracked this process. So this online recruitment, online training is not. We are not just companies are doing it only because of the pandemic situation. Probably the shift would have happened probably in 22 or 23 or 24, maybe 3 years, 4 years later. So COVID only has fast-tracked this process. So it's not happening. I will never in my going forward, I will never do a face-to-face interviews anymore, because it's waste of time and effort and energy. It's too much strain on the infrastructure as well. When I know with the technology right now, see, we are working in a lot of technology-enabled marketplace. Yesterday, I did an interview for in a group session for 72 people. I've conducted interviews for more than 100 people all at the same time. I can do induction for a lot more people. I can do group interview sessions for a lot more people. And that's what technology brings on board. Is this technology new? Technology has been around for a few years now. Only thing is the change, we didn't change it because we are all used to doing the things the old way.
Correct.
Old way. And now, because of the COVID situation, it has only forced us to adapt the technology faster. That's it. And now, as an organization, we're doing a lot of sales, on a lot of telesales, and all the kind of stuff, and not just recruitment, even training right now. And physically, I could only be communicating with how many people? 10, 15, 20, 30 at any given point of time. But online, I could be interacting with hundreds, even thousands of people. And I personally enroll myself in a course over this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And it's on, again, developing an online course, and I'm just still learning, right? I just want to use the technology to develop better content for my business. And so it's an online course, and there are 1,000 people enrolled for the course over the last 15 days. So tomorrow morning I have this session, tomorrow morning, evening, Sunday morning and evening, and there are more than 1,000 people who will be part of this session. It's voluntary. People pay. I paid money for that course, and it's just a 6 to 8 hour session, just 2 days. So now where people learn is changing. I could be sitting here interacting with 1,000 people at any given point of time, and that's the power of technology. And people don't need to travel every day. If I don't want to have my sales team traveling every day to my office anymore. I've been talking about this openly, and even now I'm gradually implementing that as well with my own business. And so not everybody travels to work every single day. And being a lot more organized, using Zoom or any of this technology to interacting with people, and then taking daily updates. Everything is I would not say automated. We are incorporating a lot of technology into where we work in our day-to-day business. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. And for that, as a business, it's an incredible opportunity. I mean, I look at this as an incredible opportunity because we could be recruiting people from anywhere in the country. We could be training people, hundreds of people at any given point of time. And you see that probably we are late to adapting the technology as a business. But I think if you look at it, companies like Ola, Oyo, Zomatos, and all the kind of stuff, they're massive. They built lakhs of crores. The businesses are valued at lakhs of crores, not thousands of crores. And all they did to enable to use there was technology. And why not us? That's my point on that, Rohit. And even I also want to talk about fresh graduates who are working with us, and even leaders who are part of the business, and the owners who run, entrepreneurs who are running your own independent businesses. You're part of the organization. Honestly, taking advantage of it, adapting yourself to the changing environment, and people are changing. The market has changed. The job market has changed, and I think that's my take on the whole situation, guys. And India today, I would call it, India today doesn't need job seekers. India needs job providers. And we as a business develop entrepreneurs. No matter which government comes, who's the Prime Minister of India, or which government comes into power, irrespective, for a country like India, nobody can, no company or no government can provide the jobs. And today, I always look at myself. I am so lucky to be in an industry where I'm not just making a living or I make money for myself, but I develop entrepreneurs. I work with young people. I recruit and train them, and these people again provide opportunities for other people, and that's how I look at it. And now with the new technology and with the change market environment, I think this can only fast track the way my business will grow over the next few years. And I'm super excited for the next 22, 23, 24, and to see where this business is going to be. And I think it will be I don't want to be too kind of talk way ahead of time, but when I think of it, it's just unimaginable. I could be probably managing hundreds of offices from one place. That's how I look at it, Rohit. Should we open up the forum for any of the guys to ask any questions? Because today's topic,
Sure.
guys, it's not just about sales. It's not just about a training, but again, it's a lot more generic. But again, the why I wanted to talk, why we wanted to talk about this is because this is so useful for people to understand when an average person comes on board into our business, and understanding how market has changed, and are we up to date with the changes that's happening in the marketplace. So. I think I touched base on some of the points that I want to cover up, unless until people have any questions they want to ask regarding training, sales.
So just out to all the audience, if there's somebody who would like to ask a question to Rama, they could just leave it in the comment box, and Rama would be more than happy to answer those questions. All right. So I also wanted to, so in this whole 9 to 5 absolute thing, what would be the advice that you would give to leaders, to how to handle the situation, especially now a lot of them who are learning this to reach the position that they want to be.
Sorry, yeah, that's one. How to start a new product in a new city. Okay, Rahul VNS. So sorry, Rohit. What is your question again? Just please repeat that.
That's okay. You can answer Rahul's question first.
No. See, again, when I say how to start a new product in a new city, okay, I have a very interesting thing. I over the last 15 years, I have experience of opening up so many cities and launching new products also, okay. And now it's always been like this, right? When we open up a new city, earlier it was like we physically going to a new city, physically finding a location, paying for the deposit, and setting up the whole infrastructure. And it used to cost us, Rahul, if you can hear me, right? And lakhs of rupees, just set up the infrastructure over there. And once we have the infrastructure in place and physical office in place, and then we start recruiting. So that means an investment done first, and then we start recruiting. And that's sometimes a month, 2 months process. That's how it used to be. Now, let me tell you how this has changed now. If any of you guys want to open up a new city, before you open up, a month before, or even 1.5 months before, you can start recruiting. Start your screening, start recruiting, start your training online. It could be at 10 days, 15 days, recruitment will be done, selection can be done, and everything can be done. Product training can be done week to 10 days, every day for about 1.5 hours. Okay, and then in this meanwhile, you could probably have about 10 or 15 people already ready to go in your city, and then gives you time for you to set up your office and all that kind of stuff. And the day you open up your office, Rahul, you have 10 people ready to go, 15 people ready to go, or 20 people ready to go. You don't need to set up first and then start recruiting. Recruit first and set up later. You can check how the recruitment is going there. So this is, again, when you start a new product or in a new city, this is what I would say how it works. So you would already have a relationship, because now you're using a lot of technology to get online every day for 1.5 hours with these people. You're training them, you're practicing with them, you're evaluating their skill, you're giving tests for them. Run this training session for 15 days. And they're ready. The day one they're on the field, they can train them. Hey, you know what? If you're involved in, if your product can be sold on a telephone, get them on a telecalling model, and get them involved in telecalling and start training them. And it's even better. you have sales coming in already without opening a city, and you can tell your team members that, hey, this is the date that we are opening up this office. Until then, let's do this training also. This is how this is a great example of how from day one you already have a business. From day one, your business is making money. I hope that answers your question, Rahul. It's an interesting way of looking at the business.
Okay, so we got a question from Harshu Jain, who says, how are you managing people and sales in this current situation?
I mean, I want to say, there are two things. There are two types of there are two ways I would say I was managing my own team. One is on the telecalling, and the second one is direct on the field. And our team, some of our team members within our organization, they are on the field. See, earlier when this pandemic stuck in middle of March, and there's a huge amount of panic. People were scared. People were scared, and it's the first time we ever in our lifetime we experienced something like this. But over the last 3 months, 4 months now, there is a shift in the way people are looking, and there is no fear as much anywhere. There are some of the cities are still pretty kind of bad, but again, psychologically, a lot of people have actually come out of it. And being a direct marketing company, direct sales business like ours, and now it's getting back to normal. And a lot of my team members are on the field. We do take precautions, and there's a lot of education, a lot of awareness, a lot of training that goes into working with they're training our guys, and we are on the field. And then there are some people and who probably are not comfortable or not in the city. We recruited people on a telecalling model, and they are generating sales online as well. So now the best thing is what I've been started doing over the last couple of months is, again, as I said, I'm using a technology a lot more, whether from screening of candidates to selection to training to my calls that I do. I do a lot of my meetings on Zoom, my sales meeting on Zoom, everything on online for me. So earlier, a lot of my meetings were, when I used to call meetings, whether it is my leaders meeting, whether my sales meeting, everything has to be a lot more physical, and now it's a lot more online. So, and we get on the calls in the evening with my team. Everybody jumps on the call, and then we're having a quick chat about the review for the day. Early morning, everybody jumps on, and then we talk about these goals and plans and everything for the day. And then a lot of training also goes online. So it's for us, I think more importantly, learning how to manage the situation, learning even for me personally, for me to kind of change my whole attitude or thought process towards how to manage the new situation. Earlier, it was all physical in the office. All actions happen in the office. Now, not necessarily. I hope that answers the question.
All right. So we have a question from Suhas. I don't know if you can see this. He asked,
Rama.
the technology is at the highest in this era when you guys are holding up multiple options outside by. Okay, 1 second. Why does he need to choose our opportunity in this crisis?
Please.
When technology is in the highest
when the technology is highest in this era, where you guys holding with multiple options outside, why you would badly want to choose our opportunity in this crisis? Suhas, honestly, it's a good question. See, I'll tell you something, right? The options are always there, existed, not just now. Options are always there. So the way I look at it, right, when I am interacting with people, when an individual comes to my company or applies for a position in a company, am I in the best position to provide the best possible opportunity? Am I the best opportunity in the world? No way. Am I the only opportunity in the world? No way. Nowhere close. Nowhere close. Okay? But give your best. Options will always be there, number one. Number two, I wanted to talk about, understand this, right? When people work with us, when people join our business, let's not expect them to work for their whole life for us. Let's not expect them to give their life to us. It's not going to work like that. You know, people work for a certain period of time. Hey, I say this openly on day one. Hey, you know what? You want to work for a shorter period of time? Please do. Work for a couple of months, work for 3 months, work for 6 months, get trained in sales, develop your communication skills, interpersonal skills, get trained, improve your negotiation skills, understand how the sales side of the business works, and probably learn how to train people, how to work with people, develop your leadership skills. At 3 months, 4 months, 6 months later, hey, you think that, hey, you want to move on and do something else? Why not? When people leave, you know what? It's not just hiring the best talent. It's also letting go of people with a smile. If people want to go, shake hand and wish them good luck. And probably nobody will tell you that. I've learned to do it. There is no insecurity. I don't demand or expect everyone to work with me. If I would do that, guys, I would be miserable, because there are so many people who will be part of my organization, and then people will be leaving. So let the people go. And I know that there are lakhs of people looking for a better opportunity. And that's how we look at it. Okay. And Rohit has talked about before also, I talked about in your team, are you as a leader, are you giving them a good vision? People stay not just because of the company. People stay not because of a brand. People stay not because your company pays them the highest money. People stay, always remember this. This is no matter with technology or without technology. People stay because of people. People stay because of their leader. If you as an individual are able to provide the kind of a leadership where people feel comfortable, yes, if I am with Rama, I will have a bright future. If I can make my people feel that, then I have a winner. That's based on trust. That's based on relationship. With technology, without technology. Technology is not going to change anything. Technology is only going to enable the process, but it's not going to change that. It's not going to help you in any way. It's not going to help you in add more business to it. It's only enables it. So we still recruit, we still train, everything is the same. So technology is much more enabler. That's how I look at it. Okay. I just one more question over here, Rohit. Rama, we are the Harshu Jain. Can I go through that? Rama, I know you are the best with numbers. Thank you. So I want to know how you're managing people and sales both in this situation. Very good question, Harshu. Let me tell you this. I don't manage people. And I'll tell you this. Managing people still use that, people management and all that. I never, ever manage people. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Let me pack my words with some examples. How I work with people is very simple. Whether it's a brand new person who joins my team, or whether it's somebody who's been associated with me for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? What I talk about is what they want to do, not what I want from them. And then, hey, what are your goals? Why are you working here? Thank you, Suhas. Why are you working here? How do you think working here works, helps your career? There were so many times, particularly my interaction with some of my senior team members. I talk about, guys, hey, you've been here for so long, but I've not seen you grow as much. Hey, you know what? With your skills, you could be working somewhere else and probably making more money. And why are you still here? I have no hesitation in asking this question exactly the same way. You can get paid a salary, fixed salary, go and work somewhere else. Now, because if people are associated with me, they want to be associated with me not because of me, not for me, but because they think it is personally beneficial to them. They want to grow. That's how I do it. Now, next is, this is what I want. This is what they want to achieve. Now we're going to clear cut plan, a discussion on that, and their clarity of thought. And now, what can I do to help you achieve your goals? So now, imagine how much trust this individual feels about you. It's like, wow, this guy cares for me. He really cares for me. And now I don't need to manage anybody. Why should I manage anybody? So now, if you want to be a good leader, it's not about managing people. It's not just about understand. It's about understanding people. It's about showing interest in them, talk to them, ask for their goals. And people are here for themselves, not for you or me. Number one. And now, second side of the business is just sales. Now, in our business, when people have a certain goals, now to achieve the certain goals, sales is a byproduct of what they do. If I want to make money, I have to do sales. Now, if I'm training people, I have to train people in sales. Now, a person is clear about what they want to achieve, and now sales is a byproduct of the goals they achieve. I want my leader not to go on the field only to do sales. I want people to use opportunity to or be on the field so that they can build their career. Hi, Sonia. So that is how I position my business for people, and that's how I talk about with my guys. Hope that answers my question. So don't manage people, educate people, develop people, understand people, spend time with people, things like that. Okay, let me go through some questions. How do you change Janavi? How do you change negative customers to positive, Janavi? Should I tell you a secret? How do you change your negative customers? I have a secret. Everybody wants to know the secret, yes? Okay. The thing is, just leave them. Just leave them. Nobody's forcing you to deal with negative customers. Nobody's putting a gun at your head and saying, you have to talk to this customer. No, you have the power to move on. You can't. Yes, probably if your skills are good, maybe you can turn around to it. It's a waste of time, waste of energy. You know what? I only look when I'm on the field, when I'm talking to customers, whether it's on the phone or whether it's directly face to face. I only talk to positive customers. That's it. I only talk to customers who respects me, who talks to me with respect. If a customer doesn't talk to me properly, he doesn't interact with me properly, he's not giving me respect, I move on. India is a massive country, guys. There are crores of people. So if you don't try to change any customer, that's it. That's why we use the law of averages concept. Want to work with the new guys. Okay. Raja Superior. I'm just going to go into some of these questions here, Rohit. Yeah, I'm just
the same ask what to work with new. So what do you do with the new guys?
What to work with new people? What do you mean by that, Moin? I didn't understand that question. Thank you, sir. Priya Royals, you said, sir, how to change the customer negatives through? I think that's negative opinions. Again, I think that I answered that question. Don't change anybody. You're not God to change people's opinion. Just move on. Find positive customers and have positive conversations, and then you will also definitely do better sales.
I think what Rian wants to know is what do you work with new guys on?
What do you guys work with?
Sorry, what Rian means to ask, I'm assuming, is what do you work with the new guys? What do you work on with the new guys? What do you work on first, whether it's when it comes to training them? So what do you work on first?
There are multiple things we work on. It's not just one at a time. So there are a few things. Firstly, again, when you're working with new people who are senior people, you might lose prospective customers if you don't interest with negative customer, Rama. You might lose prospective customer if you don't interest. Okay, let me understand that, Sunil. See, when people join our business, This is what it is. It's not about what do I work on. That's the wrong question. It's about what does this person want. In my first interaction, when I'm working, every time when I'm having my first interaction, when a person joins my company, not necessarily I interact with them on the day one, right? After 2 days, after 3 days, when I'm talking to any new guy, this is my first question I ask with an interaction with any new people who join my business. This is my first question. What motivates you, Rama? And so this is my first question. I ask them is this: why are you here? What made you join our business? That is my first question. Then I ask them, hi, because you are from an engineering background, you are from so many what do you call it, like, a different background, and this is in the marketing and says what interested you. And so that's again exactly. Now I say, hey, this is what I joined. Some people want to only join here because they want to learn new skills, and people say, sir, I've joined here because I want to improve my skills, and that's it. You have an answer there. What do you need to work on? Improving skills. Some people say, sir, I have actually joined because I want to be an entrepreneur. I really like the entrepreneurship side of the business, and I want to be an entrepreneur. Now you know that, hey, so for this individual to get into entrepreneurship, now this guy is business minded, and now you know what to work on. And now whatever you're working on, there are a few things that you need to work on. First one is the training. The training that they get. Or you as a leader look at it and say, what's your secret success? What you need to look at is, hey, is this person trained effectively? Whether it's on the field and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Number two is, what are the results like? The new person, how I measure the training is not how good. What's happening, but what are the results that are being generated? Is this person making sale? If the person is not generating sale, training is not going well. That's number two. The third point is, I usually tend to move people up the ladder a little faster. Within third week or fourth week onwards, I start getting these new people involved in training other people also. So that there are a few things that I usually do working with the new people, but again, there is no standard stock way, and this is what I teach, this is what I work. And one thing that I learned is, no two people are the same. And so I don't generalize things. I don't people treat it as a stock and say, oh, this is what I know what people want. I don't know what people want. So everybody I work with is different. So I'm very open to what people want. That's exactly what I talked about. 10 years ago when I was recruiting people thought process was different. They wanted a job. Today, 8 out of 10 people want entrepreneurship. So people are changing now. Okay, Bala Sahib, you have a question there. Very good. Data and numbers. How do you do that all the time? I mean, people think that I'm good with data and numbers. I'll tell you my secret, Bala Sahib. I have a memory problem. I don't remember things. I have attention disorder. I don't remember, and I can't hold my attention for too long. So I forget things. Right? And what only way for me is to have numbers with me. So what I do, when I have my planner, so I write everything down. I record my numbers, I write my thing, because I forget. So I made my strength my biggest weakness, my biggest strength. So people think, oh, Rama is this smart guy. Honestly, no, not really. I can't remember things. I will accept this online on the internet, whether it's a good thing or not. Is this video going to stay forever online? Anybody can see it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is always going to be there. But I think that's really good thing to turn your weakness into a strength. Even if you're recording things, so it's always there.
So that's my secret. So I don't trust my memory. So I record everything. I write everything down. Even things like that. My guys know that. Even 3-4 things that I want to do the next day, right? I start writing it. And now I started using my phone also. Anything that I have, I start doing it. I have huge amount of notes on my phone because that's how I do it. So, that's my weakness is my strength, Bala Sahib. And there are a few more questions I missed. One of my friends. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so the two
please
things.
Go ahead.
one of the question A is what motivates you and what the success secret. So let's merge these two questions together. What
What
motivates you
motivates
and what's the
executive?
secret to success?
Uh, Honestly, I haven't found my motivation yet. So if that answers, I haven't found the motivation yet. But I love what I do. Uh, See, when people say find your passion, be clear about what you want to achieve and all that. I don't know. Some people might be very clear about what they want to achieve, finding their passion. Some people might be lucky. I'm not. I accidentally stumbled upon a new marketing and sales industry. And then when I saw the environment, I got stuck, and I love going to work. I love talking to people. I love interacting with people. I love educating people. I love people. I love seeing people becoming good at different levels in the company and all that kind of stuff. And that's it. But again, there goals that I want to achieve. Yes, I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve. But I will not say they are my motives to do the business. So when I go to work, I don't go to work only with a money point of view anymore. And I just do what I do because I like what I do, and because I like what I do, I enjoy what I do, and money is a byproduct of my interest. Was I born to do sales? No. Was I a born leader? No. Was I a born business person? No. None of it. I'm not from a business background. I'm not from a sales background, and I've never. I didn't go to any B schools. So. So everything, whatever I learned it on work, and is it as I said beginning of the conversation, it's all my experiences. Show okay, and secret to
Sango,
success. Yeah.
yeah, Rama, so
Sure.
we're just going to cut down to the last question there is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to merge a question from Shushmita and a question from, I think, Riaz again. So one is, Shushmita is pretty new into the business. So she wants to know how, one, give me a second.
Yeah. Please give me some tips, Sushmita Rajput.
That's Shushmita's
And
question. And Riaz's question is five tips for a leader, five tips for a new leader. So let's merge the two
okay.
questions together.
See, I'll tell you something, Sushmita, and this is applicable for a lot of people. I would not say I would give you some tips. What you do, this is what I do. I want you to when you get some time tonight, write down some of the things that you want to achieve over the next 3 to 6 months. Write down some of the things that you want to, where you want to be in 3 to 5 years time from now. That's it. And now sit down and say, hey, how is this the business that you're in right now going to help you achieve these goals? And that's what it is. For me, I had an option between doing an IT job or being in sales, and I chose to be in sales. Because it gives me an opportunity to travel. It gives an opportunity. Every day is different, and it keeps me alive. And I can learn. I can get better. So I looked at this sales and I said, "Hey, this is an opportunity for me. Is it different from what I studied? Yes. Will my friends and family approve of my being in a sales industry? No, they would never approve. My friends laughed at me when I first joined. It's like sales. So some of the people, because I'm a I was a very introverted person. I was never been this outgoing, extroverted type of an individual ever in my life. But I didn't want to be like that for the rest of my life. So for me, being in sales is an opportunity to develop that side of my personality, to improve my skills. And today I travel the world. I travel to more than 20 countries. I want to hit 100 countries in my life. So that's what I want to do. So this is business. If I was doing a job, I don't think I would ever achieved what I want to do. Okay. And tips for sales managers. Honestly, again, as I said, I don't have tips. Sunil, let me answer your question. Guys, Sunil, how to retain new guys for a long time in the business in this situation? How do you think that would motivate them to do the business? Find out, Sana, what your guys want. There is no standard answer for people to think whether it's a corona or no corona. Yes, our challenges are a little more now than than before. But again, there are people out there who are looking for jobs. There are people out there who are looking for opportunity. There are people. Give your best. Preeti, hi sir, good evening. What do you expect from this young generation when you hire in these days? Again, Preeti, I think I've answered this question just now. Uh, as I said, yes, is it challenging times? Yes, it is challenging times. When you work with people, again, as I said, give your best. Give you as somebody asked me, hey, how to deal with negative customers. You move on, and even when you're people there are, you can't force people to go on the field. You can't go for force people to do sale. You can't force people to stay with you, and they will, some people work with you for a shorter period of time, and some people work with you for a longer period of time, and some people come and say, hey, you know what, I'll be there. My partner Vishnu, he's in Malaysia. At the moment, we've been together, we've been working together for since 2003. You understand, this is like 17 years we've been working together. 2003 or 2004, March, April. So 16 years we've been together. So you will forge relationships, you will forge partnerships as you go along. So just keep working, give your best. That's what exactly I would say to all the leaders, everyone. I think we have come to the end of a session, Rohit. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rama. Thank you so much for being with us this evening and being a
Thanks,
part of this
thanks,
session.
guys.
Thank you for a great
Thanks.
session. We really appreciate your, taking all the time for doing this with us.
Cheers, guys.
All
All
right.
the best,
Thank you.
everybody.
Yep.
You
All
can,
right.
bye bye. Good luck.
So, good luck and you take care of yourself. Have a good
Cheers.
week. Cheers.
Bye bye, Rohit. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being a part of this session today. I hope you guys had a good session. I hope Rama was able to answer most of the people's questions. Hope you guys have so much to take back. I'm sure you guys have so much to take back with you guys from the session. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, Karan. And thank you, everybody who had sent the questions. And finally, thank you so much for being a part of this session today. I hope this was a good time for all of you guys. Please do not forget to follow Rama on his Instagram handle and also follow his company Think Big SGC. Shout out, and you can always reach him out wherever you have doubts. You can always reach him out and you can always talk to him. All right, perfect. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys next week. We will have another session with another well-established and organized business owner. Till then, keep tuned to our channel to know who's the next speaker for next week. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, good night, and have a great weekend. Stay safe and enjoy yourself, guys. Bye.